In this screencast, I'm going to show you how you can create invoices to send to your clients and your customers. So this is the RomanCart World of Wines demo store. This is the control panel you can see in front of us here. Now, the first thing you want to do is select what you want the invoice to look like. So if we click on Configure, Document Templates, Invoices, this is where you can see the templates. By default, it uses the standard system template, which is shown at the top there, but you can choose a different one. You just click on the magnifying glass icon for each of those and it shows you exactly what they're going to look like. And then when you want to select, when you click on the select icon in the select column. Okay, so once you've done that, then you can create an invoice. So if we click on Action, Invoice, now you can see here this is the product selector. This shows all of the products which are on the product manager. If you're not using the product manager, it's not a problem. You just click on custom item at the top and you can enter an item name there, the quantity, the price, whether it's tangible, and you can click on add to invoice at the end to add that item to the invoice as well. But we're not going to do that for this example. Let's just let's say someone wants to buy 10 bottles of peas porter from you. You enter the quantity in the field on the right hand side. You can also override the price if it's a special price. So these are normally £4.99 a bottle. We're going to do them for £3.99. Click on the cart icon there. This takes us to the cart page. You can select shipping there. That's all we're going to add. We could click on continue shopping and it would take us back to the product selection screen. We're not going to do that. That's all we're going to add for this one. I'll click on view cart. Click on checkout. Now it's remembered the details that I've used previously on this, but you'd enter the customer name here, or you can select a customer in the customer relationship manager. Scroll down here, there's some invoicing options here. You can tick to email an invoice to the customer now, include a pay now button on the emailed invoice, and you can set the invoice terms. That's how long the customer has got to pay the invoice. By default it's 30 days. You can change that default by clicking on the configure link on the sales manager screen. There's also a link here for stock control. You can deduct items purchased from stock now. If you don't tick that, then those items would be deducted when payment is made for the invoice. So if we click on generate invoice, it takes us back to the sales manager and you can see there that an invoice has been created. You may have heard as well, I've just received an email there. That's the customer email because for this test I'm being the customer as well. But looking at this, so you can tell it's an invoice here because it's got an invoice icon in the type column. It's showing a red light because the invoice has not been paid. And you can see all sorts of other details as well. If you want to print off the invoice, then you can click on the invoice link in the view column. So now let's take a look at what the customer's received. Okay, so here's the customer email, the invoice that they've received. So as you can see, it's got a click here to pay now button and it's showing the template that I selected. If I click here to pay now, it takes the customer to the payment page. It shows the item name for this is payment for invoice. They're paying the invoice, so it doesn't list all the items that are in the invoice. This is just for payment for that invoice. And it shows the price they've got to pay. Obviously there's no shipping and tax because that's all part of the invoice. This is just for payment of the invoice. It's showing the details that I've entered previously because it's remembered those. And if I scroll down, you can just pay for these in the normal way. On the completion page, the customer has the option to print a receipt for the transaction. Just show you that here. So there's a receipt here, just simply showing what they've paid. They can also print off the invoice as well. It shows the invoice. Now if we take a look back at the sales manager, you can see there's now two entries here for that invoice. There's the invoice that we created, which is this one, showing a green light on the left hand side. And now above it you can see there's a receipt for payment of the invoice, and they're both showing that they've been paid. And if you take a look in the payment status, the invoice is showing invoice paid, which means it's been paid, and the receipt is showing it's been charged. And you can click on the invoice link, as I mentioned before, to print off the invoice. You can click on the receipt link to print off a receipt for the actual payment that they've made. Now, this is showing, at the moment the sales manager is just set to show all transactions. If you show invoices, then it groups together all of the kind of paperwork for each invoice. So this is the top one we've been doing here, and it just shows there This is the invoice ABC441, and it shows it's paid because there's a green light on the left. If you click on that green light, see it's got a little plus next to it, then it shows you all of the other documents relating to that invoice. So in this case, it's the receipt. So it shows you that, and you can print them off, and it's a very nice way so that you can easily access it without being overloaded with different documents. And so there's another thing you can do as well. You can click on outstanding invoices, and that would show you all of those invoices which haven't been paid within the terms, within the number of days that you set for them to be paid. So it's good for kind of chasing up people that haven't paid you. So as you can see, creating invoices in RomanCart is really easy, and it gives you a really powerful way of raising invoices for your customers and your clients, and makes it really easy for them to pay you as well.